Basement level vibes with another one, straight up blackness aye. Who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, I do it for the love, him not do it for no money. Straight up, him attack, educating everybody. Big up my friends and big up my family. Turn on the radio, catch the vibes, it's integrity. Straight up, Benskop stands for unity. One people, one nation, one destiny. Free up the truth in the air, even the blind can see. The deaf can hear, the dumb can talk, the cripple can walk. Boom. Who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop, radio station is the fruit. Mark Benskop, straight up from the root. Mark Benskop, who tell the truth? Mark Benskop, defend the ghetto youth. Mark Benskop.
There and fabricate that. Unless you say who the person is, I can't comment on anonymous people.
Okay, well, let's talk about specific individuals. What is your relationship with Mr. Su Jurong?
Su? Oh, Su.
Oh, Jesus Christ, if cost of living double, I don't know what happened. A pound of sugar is $300 already. Flour, everything gone up. Everything just raising. You gotta get about $40,000 for buy good ration. You gotta get 3 man now. A weekend man, a monthly man, and a fortnight man.
The national player! And the ball from Buxton Digital. All over! Showtime! Plus yes!
Who's that one? Low lights and hungry bellies.
Good night and welcome to Straight Up. It's the final day of the year. It's already 2026 in some other parts of the world. The folks in the UK, we got those folks in the UK. They're doing their thing already. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you guys there in the United Kingdom. All of you, those of you who are up watching right now, or whichever part of the world. Put this, why is our operator putting this stinker? And do forgive me, guys. I know it's 2025. It's we're preparing to go into a new year, but we don't want to go into the new year with stinkers. We don't. So if our operator can remove this stinker, some Laurie or whatever her name or his name, just get this stinker off the program. This is not how we should be starting this program. These are individuals who ain't get no shame. Them guys ain't get no shame. Them ain't get no shame. They just duck and all sorts of things. Get this Paku off the screen, please. This convicted thief off. Just get him. Thank you. Oh my gosh. What's going on with our operator Lemon? Tonight is supposed to be a good night. a nice night. And Beatrice is in Paris. How are you doing, Beatrice? What are you doing all the way in Paris? You took the train over there? Okay, have fun. Have fun. Whatever you're doing in Paris, whoever you're in Paris with, it's none of our business. All we know is that you're not in Paris with Dilip, which is a good thing because Dilip is in Guyana. Dilip, the Indian vendor, they brought him all the way from India to act as a double. Okay. Beatrice said that. Beatrice said nope. Okay, good night again. Can somebody, where is our operator? While you guys share the link, let folks know that we're on. We have been inconsistent over the past couple of days, and so my apologies for that. I accept full responsibility. Some nights we're on, some nights we're not on, some nights we're late. I know you guys are fed up of that, and I can understand. So please do forgive us, right? So take a look. Can our operator remove Tanti Morel? Can our operator remove Tanti Morel? Beatrice, Paris accepting any and anybody these days, you know. I remember back in the days, you've got to be a certain way to be in Paris, if you know what I mean, right? Now, everybody going to Paris, including Godiman and all. Soon you're going to hear that bingo thief. Somebody tag that bingo thief. Y'all know who's the bingo thief, right? I dare you guys to say who the bingo thief is. We're talking, tonight is going to be a good night. It's not going to be a abuse out night, especially with those of you who are in the comment section. So please remove this Tanti Morel. Thank you. Remove this individual from off the screen. Tonight is not garbage night, and holy smoke. Somebody is setting our operator. We just said that tonight is not garbage night. Oh, I know what's happening. Our operator, Lemon, is emptying out the garbage. So tonight is garbage night. And so, I now see what our operator is doing. Our operator is emptying out the garbage. So tonight is garbage night. I see. Oh, it's garbage night. Yes. Emptying out the garbage. Oh, I now see what's going on. Garbage night. Okay, garbage night indeed. Good night again to all of you, wherever you are. Wherever it's 2025 and it's the final day, final couple hours before 2026, and it's garbage night. I repeat, it is garbage night. Oh, toss the garbage out. It is garbage night indeed. Garbage night indeed. Dum 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 dum. All right, and hey, good night. My name is Mark Benchap. Welcome to Straight Up. We're gonna rock and roll tonight. It's 2025. We are going into 2026 with a bang, a positive bang, and so. All righty, some heads gonna turn tonight and a lot of hearts. If I don't see, I know some of you in the audience right now want to put the hearts. You want to give me the hearts, but you're afraid somebody might be sitting next to you. You don't want them to see that you're giving me the hearts. Come on, you can do it. Don't be afraid. Don't let anybody try to intimidate you at all. It's okay. Give me the heart. Good night again. Look, for 2025, it's been a kind of like a roller coaster year. In Guyana, maybe outside, wherever you are. Nothing is perfect in this life, and you guys know that. There'll be good days, there'll be bad days. There'll be days when people like Francine Cruz go into the bingo hall. There might be sufficient money to thief, and they wouldn't. And then, you know, they're good and bad days. I notice Jason Benjamin is concerned about hearts. Jason, this is not for, I don't want to guys give me hearts, babe. Jason, no, thank you. And so good night to all of you again. Somebody's giving blue politics, blue heart, blue, green, whatever. Good night again to all of you, every single one of you. Let me see what Beatrice is get marked like you're going out after the Beatrice. Why you minding my business? I got to go somewhere. I got to do something. And going into the 2026 with a bang. All right, look. Lots of things happening in Guyana, and the end of year and all the deaths in Guyana. I don't know what is happening. It's like the PPP. It's just so crossing, right? Ismail Lamy? Ismail saying Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. I'm going for a long, long drive, Ismail. The long drive. Miss Booker, how are you? And all the people of Buxton as well. All the people of Agricola. People from all across Guyana. The people at Philippi. How are you guys doing? Star by from Philippi, right? And so what else is happening in Guyana that you guys want us to talk about? We've already emptied the garbage out. The garbage is gone. Oh yeah, there we go. The garbage is gone. We're emptying the garbage. They're still going. We're emptying out the garbage. They're going. Hey, guess what? If you are in Guyana right now and you're preparing to go to some nice little bubble session, well, Keith Beresford, he's usually on this show, but he's in Guyana right now. Right now, he's in Guyana. I noticed Francine Cruz is saying no sound. Well, we're glad you're not getting any sound, Francine Cruz. Somebody help Francine Cruz out there. She's saying no sound. Good for Francine. So if you are in Guyana, January 3rd, that is Saturday, big dance going on. And go out there and support this. It's the 12th night oldies dance party, Saturday, January 3rd, right in, where is it? Blue Ribbon. They got Keith Beresford and the Yankee Crew present. The Yankee Crew, the original executive, White and Bright, right? Where is this? Where Eagles Nightclub. I don't know where Eagles. It's on Robb Street. So go out there, have a nice time. Carry your own. Well, some of you guys don't like walk with sand on the beach, but it's okay. Go and enjoy yourselves. It's only 1,500 Guyana dollars. It's just about 1,500. It was $7 US, man. Y'all go and enjoy yourself. Have fun. All right. And so tonight is Old Year's Night, as we call it. 10 o'clock, starting 10 o'clock, right here. Right here, some of y'all at church, and at 10:30, right here on 107.1 FM, we have the New Year's Eve service right here. You've got to tune in. You've got to pray and ask God to forgive and forgive for all of whatever it is that transpired, And so Dr. Aubrey Greenidge, Apostle Dr. Aubrey Greenidge, will be here from 10:30, and Pastor Marcy Greenidge. They're going to be here. It's going to be a really, really good service. Maybe I'll head down to Brooklyn for that service there live. Who knows? What else is happening in your neck of the woods? We're not dealing with any distractions tonight. No distraction politics and these sort of things. We're just cruising through for the moment. Our operator just put this house. This is a house that the minister of agriculture repair this little house for someone at Bloomfield Village. Put them old drums and bicycle and zinc and all these sort of things, and take some pictures and put it on social media to say, look, this is what he's doing. Oh man. Oh. Anyway, we will get all of these things and more. We want to continue to talk about these things because we have been talking about it. This is not something because overnight we just want to talk and saturate the social media with this. It's something that we have been consistent about. And when we talk about it, it means we want betterment for the country. For the entire country. That is what we're fighting about. That is what we're fighting for, mind you, if you know what I mean. So be careful with what we coined here as the politics of distraction. Every day is a distraction. distraction, personal battle between them. Personal battle between them and their friends and former friends. Personal battle. And when you guys get caught up in the personal battle, hence the reason I say politics of distraction. Be very careful. Politics of distraction. I don't know, somebody asked me whether this was true. Well, if you guys didn't know that this is true, well, that means that you guys weren't following the politics of Guyana, that you guys really don't know what's going on. And, some of you might now have started following, and which is okay. Not everybody, people have other stuff that they have to concentrate on. And so, we can understand. We can understand. All right. For those of you who have shared the link, thank you so much. And we're getting some messages coming in talking about the situation in Linden. 2 persons, I think, were murdered, one on the Linden-Sioux Lake Highway and the other one in the heart of Linden. And Lindeners are upset. And there are other deaths around the country. It is what's going on, like I've said. Especially these things happen for the most part, under the corrupt PPP regime. So that is what's happening. Simone Jessamy, how are you doing? Happy New Year in advance to you, your family, and everybody. And those of you who were sitting waiting for cash grant, no cash grant, because the corrupt PPP regime says no cash grant, none for you guys. So Neville Sital and the whole crew and everyone looking for cash grant, they didn't get any cash grant. Anyways, look, I want to go straight to Linden. Let's talk to MP. I don't know if he has a quick minute here. MP Sharma Solomon. Let's see if he has a couple of minutes. MP, good night. How are you, sir?
Hi, good evening, Mark.
Yeah, can you say...
2026.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Same to you, sir. What's happening in Linden? I noticed there a young man was murdered yesterday, and then on the Linden-Sioux Lake Highway there was another murder. Can you talk to us? I know that you visited their family members of the deceased. What's going on in Linden, sir?
Very troubling, Mark. More troubling than one could expect, because it has created a public safety concern on so many levels. But I think I had a conversation yesterday with the divisional commander, and in our discussion, I think both he and I concluded that this is a crisis situation where we have now a proliferation of firearms in the streets, one, and secondly, the easy means by which people believe to resolve dispute become one where they must use violence, and more so the use of firearms. These were things we discussed not only as concerns and alarm to bring up the amount of incidents and cases we've witnessed over the past 5 months, but also how we can move to get the wider community to be involved and to strongly, as I would have yesterday, call on the Minister of Home Affairs. We see all of the engagements on matters of tint and so many other things that the Minister found to occupy our time. And we would hope, with the same urgency as lives are literally being lost, within 24 hours, 2 to be exact, we hope to see the Minister alertness and attentiveness on this matter in the same way.
Yeah, so the Minister has been so quiet on the issue. She seems more focused on tint. Irfaan Ali seems more focused on driver's license and so forth, which is a corrupt process started under the PPP regime for the most part. Why do you think that these guys, including the Prime Minister who's from Linden, seem so distracted? Nothing at all to talk about these the increase of crimes and so forth, and especially in the killings out there, with the killings out there in Linden. Why are they so non-interested, so to speak?
I think the history of the People's Progressive Party, Mark, is one that you can read quite well, of this type of nonchalant approach towards these serious crimes. This is the government or the party under which several governments whether it was under Barajat Dio or even Ramatar, where we saw incidents of gun violence at never before seen levels. And I think what we are witnessing now, it's a continuation of such a culture that promotes those very two easy means of where people believe to resolve disputes. They have to do it so violently, and the easy means to access guns to do it is the hallmark and trademark of the People's Progressive Party since being in government in terms of what Guyana has become. It's unfortunate what we are seeing in Linden, Mark, but make no mistake, this is a national crisis. We had the young man in Sophia who was gunned down a couple of days ago, and all across this country, whether it was Lola Dahl, whoever you call it, this is a very serious situation where people of Guyana have become easy access guns, and also the way they're settling dispute, because there is no accountability within the system. Think again, what is coming out of the case that we're hearing in Linden, for example, with the second young man that lost his life, and the sort of malice and intent behind that incident that we're so far hearing from the investigation. Not only that you're saying the environment is so conducive to this sort of violence under the People's Progressive Party, but just to see where people believe that they can get away with these violence. And again, we reference Lola Dahl, we look at what is happening in Linden over the past 24 hours and what is unfolding in that case. And this is the sort of environment and culture. So though Linden is there and we are seeing 24 hours what we saw, Guyana must be very concerned of what they're seeing, Mark.
Very concerned indeed. We can just imagine, but what was it like when you visited the family of the deceased last evening? I believe you visited them.
These were two families in discussion with one family and visiting the other. I can say to you, the discussion with the gentleman Jones family, it was a more disturbing situation when we had the opportunity to speak to. And the gentleman is a dear friend of mine, Paul Jones and family, that's his uncle. And they were commemorating the death anniversary of a younger brother 2 years ago. And yesterday to have this upon the family just a day bore the year end. I passed this evening at the home up in the 1 Mile area. There was a large gathering of people who were there to continue to give thoughts and prayers with the family. So, Mark, this is indeed a devastating matter. The young man at Bamia, he's not originally from Linden, but dwelled on the Bamia area. I reached out to his family, who are from South Georgetown. And again, we are continuing to be there with them, Mark, and let them know that not only our thoughts and prayers, but as I mentioned to the commander yesterday, that the community expects, and he gave the assurance, swift action from the law enforcement people in the town.
What's the mood like of the people, especially this time of the year? People out there celebrating and so forth, and then these murders. What's the mood like of the people there in Linden?
Very concerning, Mark. These are not, I have my constituency of Amelia's Ward, but generally the constituencies across Region 10. I've been engaging many elderly persons over the holiday period, and even as we enter this New Year period, as part of the tradition of visiting many of these homes. And those are the very concerns that you're hearing, the breakdown in public safety of what we are seeing, and just how concerned and fearful many of these elderly people are. I had the opportunity to visit two of my past head teachers, and they were this was what centered around the conversation, because people are, I spoke to a woman coming from overseas who's asking, will she have to get her firearm license, because she's that paranoid to think this is just the environment in which you now have to come back home. So it is creating public concern. It is in itself creating in the minds of people whether there is a breakdown of public security. And I think in itself, it's creating that sort of anxiety of where people want to know when, if not, something like this is going to strike again.
When, if not, throughout the country, accidents, murders, all manner of things happening. Member of Parliament Sharma Solomon is on the line with us all the way in Linden. What message do you have for the current, the Minister of Home Affairs, who seems so busy about 10% in, 5% in, 20% in, and nothing about the increase of especially murders in the country? What message do you have for her right now, since she's silent on these matters?
Not only her, Mark, I would ask her to bring her voice to this matter and really put priority on the issues that are of interest to the Guyanese public. I think what we have recognized with the non-release of things such as the national census and things that would allow you to aggregate the sort of data necessary so that when policies are going to be put forward, that they're fundamentally sound based on data-driven position. Now, without things like the census and data to drive your policy direction, planning becomes an issue with this government. We know, Mark, that this is a government that is poor in planning programs, projects, and policies. Little oversight, no accountability, no transparency. So when a minister doesn't have that sort of environment that she needs to function, that sort of garbage bin approach to policy development and policy making, then prioritizing based on the data-driven information of what are things really affecting the public. Gun crimes are up. Nothing to do with tint. What data drives you in the direction to aggressively pursue a tint policy, rather than the data say that is saying there is a gun proliferation in the streets of Guyana, and that too deserve this sort of aggressive policy. So I would ask the minister and our government, not for solely for her to raise her voice, which she should be doing now, and like for so many other issues. I mean, Mark, a couple of days ago pointed out, in the past 4 months, we had 8 young men losing their lives to domestic violence. This is nothing that people should not take time to at least hear from one of our ministers, more so the Minister of Social Services, on this, what is now becoming a trend in general of how domestic issues are handled in the home, and how we should start to raise our voices on every level of domestic violence, men or women. You've heard nothing from the minister. Likewise, the Minister of Home Affairs, with this gun proliferation that we are seeing in the streets, and more so gun violence that is being perpetrated against our people. So more than our raising our voice, I think it's important for our government to start to prioritize the issues of these policies that must be put in place to protect the Guyanese people.
You know, I've noticed Irfaan Ali in some sort of hastily put together press conference, so to speak, is talking about a different direction other than the cash grant, because they have failed in their promises. What's your take on that hastily put together press conference yesterday by Irfaan Ali?
I think that's where the president has now reduced himself to, unfortunately, rather than having a democratic society functions where you see a parliament is in place to have these sort of matters that are being raised by the president. These are very, very large and important issues, and Parliament should have a say when it comes to the National Fund, when it comes to the Natural Resource Fund, when it comes to budgetary issues, when it comes to ensuring that wealth, where we see significant growth, but notwithstanding the sort of limited development that is actually meeting the people of Guyana. This is not my words. When the IMF and the IDB and all these monetary agencies can say that we have Guyanese in the 58th percentile living on $1,200 Guyana dollars a day, and 38% of the population living on $650 a day. I think the president can do more than fancy speeches. And I'll say this for the mark. In the past 5 months, as we approach this 5-month approach of this government, and I hope to hear the guardians of democracy now that we've had none of the guardrails of democracy up. Every one of the presentations made by the president have so far rung hollow, with absolutely not one of the initiatives that he has so far spoken on, whether it's GPL, whether it's the cash grant, whether it is the issue of the anti-corruption unit. Not a single one of those glorious speeches have manifested any tangible that the president spoke about. So I think we can take yesterday's presentation and even the New Year presentation to come tonight as just empty gaff, Mark.
You know, the empty gaff, and we all suspect that his New Year's message later on tonight will talk about basically cost of living and the ordinary man. There's no evidence of the ordinary man getting any enjoyment of whatever, whether it's the oil, the billions of dollars that we're getting from the natural resource funds, and all these different things. He's going to talk about employment of young people, when in fact we see the largest percentage of unemployment in the country. You just mentioned the 58% people living in poverty, making just under about $7 per day. What about these hypocrisy that we are expected, or the people of Guyana expected to hear from Irfaan Ali once again?
Mark, I think, again, those broken promises should not go lightly or should go unrecognized, one. But more than anything else, I've always said this about the People's Progressive Party. It is a party that is with some level of health concern, and we call that shame. And to treat that, they do it with a heavy dose of shamelessness. So no matter how hypocrisy and how hypocritical the environment and the situation seem, a party might say, we are championing cash grant, and then you hear all of the ministers and the president yesterday say it's a bad idea and it doesn't make sense. And then you ask yourselves, then why would you say this to Guyanese when we see significant growth, and that does not equate to the sort of development that Guyanese can see as tangibles in their lives? When we see significant growth and we don't see the transfer of the wealth to the average man so that they can feel some of this oil dollar. No, what you see instead is a gas to energy project that is long overdue, $300 million US so far wasted. What you see is a revenue authority in the GRA with one of the biggest scandals ever. What you see is the reduction of the export of gold because a significant amount is being smuggled. And the president is going to, in a glorious way, say to us that all is well, in that very hypocritical way, when we all see before us, whether it's cost of living, whether it's the border crisis, whether it's corruption, whether it's governance at every level of the institutions that are failing, or even justice in terms of average Guyanese getting the things that are affecting them resolved by the courts or even by the system, are all in a state of disarray. So to hear any glorious position from the president this evening, I don't think Guyanese will be short of understanding. It is treating shame with shamelessness, and a government that doesn't understand when its hypocrisy is on display.
Lots and lots of hypocrisy. 42 minutes after 9 o'clock Guyana time. Sharma Solomon, Member of Parliament, no stranger to you guys, working on the ground every single day. I know there are 11 other MPs, your colleagues, but here is in your closing remarks, can you just leave the people with some sort of hope as we prepare to in this part of the world prepare to head into 2026?
The belief in the people of Guyana, Mark, I think, I'm someone who dives deep into the history of this country. And 1763, it was so unfortunate when we heard Attorney General reference and misrepresented what the 1763, the hero of 1763 coffee was about, and the level of resilience that as a people we have encapsulated in that revolution and have inspired the world over before many of the famous revolutions. I think embodied in that and the things that we have done as a country and as a people over the generations, Mark, is where we can find the most hope as a people to know just how resilient we are to overcome so many struggles we have before and so many struggles that we can as they unfold. So I am certain, Mark, come 2026, we've had the opportunity to, I would say, reset after 2025 on many levels. I know the APNU and my other 11 colleagues, and as a party, we will continue to bring right, proper, strong representation on behalf of the people in a very consistent way, and to ensure that we do so, bringing the results that will get Guyanese that life that they deserve, that good life, Mark. So the hopefulness is in our resilience, in our history, in our past. And what we have as a nation in our bountifulness is what Guyanese can rest assured that there are others, such as the APNU and my colleagues and I, who are working to ensure that they have what they deserve.
Thank you so much, Member of Parliament Sharma Solomon, there for you guys, giving you some hope and what they plan on doing in holding the corrupt PPP government accountable and to ensure that they do what is right, and then prepare to remove them from office next elections. Remove them from office next elections. Thank you so much, Mr. Solomon. Appreciate it, the Honorable MP. Any idea when you guys are heading back to Parliament?
We are always in Parliament, Mark. It's unfortunate that democracy is not being respected by a government and a speaker. We see the same in Region 10 with our regional chairman situation and even in our municipality. So our always in Parliament is because whether in the House of Parliament or in the House of the people in the streets, we will continue to be in the People's Parliament as long as we are not in that chamber to sit. And we will make sure, Mark, that the people understand just how much this violates their democratic principle, especially as it relates to good governance, and to see institutions work so that it could bring accountability, transparency, and oversight on government and government's function. So we know why they don't want Parliament. Forget all of the optics of the who's and the who's. This is a government that always runs from having accountability and oversight. And I can assure you, if not having it in the House, we will bring that to the people on the streets to ensure that they can see that level of accountability and oversight.
Thank you so much, Member of Parliament Sharma Solomon, there for you guys. Happy New Year, prosperous New Year to you, your family, your beautiful daughter.
Everybody.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it, sir. Sharma Solomon there for you guys. Member of Parliament Sharma Solomon, keeping them busy, fighting for the Guyanese people, fighting for Guyana. And that's what we need. People who are fighting for Guyana. Some people say, Mark, why do you say Guyana? But yes, that's what these guys are doing, fighting for Guyana. It is not what is called the politics of distraction. Now it's not. Be careful with the politics of distraction, guys. Every day is a cry and complain and the personal war. Be careful with that. Be careful. All right. Some of you guys are talking about, it's a happy 2026. Here is my take. And sometimes it's probably a good thing that I'm not on the ground in Guyana, because you guys know I still do have that fighting spirit. But on the ground in Guyana, you cannot sit down and allow a corrupt government to rub and dab its feet all over the Constitution of Guyana. and you've got to be able to force them, bring them down on their knees. But then again, you know, one particular guy said that I'm a Facebook warrior. I'm like, really? Are you really saying that Mark Anthony Benjab, is a Facebook warrior? A keyboard warrior? No. You really don't know that Mark Benjab. And then, of course, quickly had to correct himself. But the point that I'm making is that you need people who will stand up and say to this corrupt government, enough is enough. Now, let's get to the line. I want to talk to Dr. Adams, apart from his Christmas message and so forth. And Dr. Adams, you're actually live on 107.1 FM. Talk to us a little bit briefly about your preparation heading into 2026.
Well, you know, Mark, my preparation, you know, our thoughts are aligned in terms of calling out this government that, you know, where they're not treating the people the way that they should treat them in terms of fairness. They promised cash grants, no cash grants. I was just looking at the newspapers, Dr. Gulsaran, the former Auditor General, just called them out also for not giving pay increase to the civil servants. And on top of that, Mark, they did not give any pay increases to the civil servants. However, they give this 1 month bonus to the military and I guess all the armed forces. Shows again their divisiveness, just to cause divisiveness among the people of Guyana. So yes, but my intention is just like yours, is this year to work even harder to bring to the attention to the people of Guyana the issues that are that this government is confronting them with.
The issues indeed, and the people are being shortchanged as it pertains to the billions of dollars of oil wealth and the money. Who is managing the national? What is it? The National Fund? For
the
Natural Resource Fund. Who is monitoring that to ensure that these thief men don't continue thieving?
Well, let me. You know, I think our people need to know a little bit of history. As you recall, and I'm sure that the public are aware, but needs to be reminded of these type of major issues. When Mr. Granger was in office, Mr. Granger appointed a 20-person committee or a board to manage the NRF monies as it comes in, and that 20-member team, Mark, it touched every single demographic across the nation, from the lowest rank to the highest rank, for every demographic across the nation. And what the PPP did when they got into office, they disbanded it. And after they disbanded it, they decided to put together a 5-person board to manage it. They made an agreement with the opposition, which is the APNU, for the APNU to have 2 out of those 5 members to be on the board. When APNU gave the names of the 2 that they were proposing, they rejected them. It so happened that yours truly was one of the 2 names. They, for obvious reason, they rejected the names, and APNU walked out of the meeting. So they just had the freedom to appoint their people. So the people have to know that all 5 members on that board are all PPP appointed. There is no oversight, which is exactly what they want. There is no balance on that board for anybody to ask questions. So that is why they've got free reins, and everybody knows how they're just withdrawing the money. So there's no checks and balance. There's no accountability whatsoever in spending the money. And as we know, even since September, Dr. Campbell, he had some issues, and I think as a matter of fact, I think he filed a lawsuit against them, against the government. But he resigned since September because he was very uncomfortable with what was going on while he was on the finance committee or the investment committee, not the board, but he was on the investment committee. and he didn't like how things were going, and he called him out in public, and he decided to resign. So there's no control whatsoever. They're calling it a board, but we know who's calling the shots on the board. It's all controlled by the government. No transparency, no independence whatsoever.
None at all, and nobody knows where the money's going. All we're seeing is ministers getting richer and richer. They're building big, fancy, big houses they could have never afford. We already know where all that money is going, but nothing for the people. In a few hours, Irfaan Ali is preparing to address the nation for 2026, New Year's Day, so to speak. He's going to a pack of lies and lies and lies. We see the poverty rate is 58%. The unemployment rate is the highest it's ever been. People are not getting jobs. What would you say in preempting his hypocritical message for tonight?
It's even beyond hypocritical. And the thing is, these folks have no shame. They're so barefaced. So we know what is going to come. It's going to be a propaganda show as usual. We all know that, of course. The vice president.
Dilip. That's okay. You could say Dilip.
He was trained. He was trained he came from a propaganda school in Russia. But Ali, I don't know which school Ali went to. But nevertheless, we know what he's going to be spouting, which is what he spouted here in this past interview, which Guyanese, should make a lot of Guyanese sick. When this man, when we are not even getting electricity, basic things, electricity and water, and this man was blaming it. They've been in office, Mark, and the Guyanese people have to remember this. They have been in office 28 out of the last 32 years. 28. And they was it the 23 that they were in office before when the PNC, when the APNU took over, they basically stopped blackouts. Those short 4 to 5 years, there were hardly any blackouts. I know that for a fact because I was in Ghana for in 2018 to 2020. And even I was kind of surprised how things had improved. No, hardly any blackouts, if any. And as soon as they got back into office, blackouts start again. It's the order of the day. And now these people have the gall to come and be blaming the past administration for no maintenance when they had it for 23 years before the PNC took over, and then it stopped. And now as soon as they took it back, the only thing we're hearing about, Mark, are these ships, these energy ships that how many you got now? 2, and we're paying out of the wazoo. But that's what happens when you put your friends and families in key position, because my understanding is that the guy who runs the GPL is some relative to Nandalal.
Brother, said to be his brother. Lots of, because remember Irfaan Ali and these guys, for some reason we lost Dr. Adams. Could be his credit, who knows? But we lost him. Hopefully he'll call. But we were told that the brother of Anil Nandalal is actually running Guyana Power and Light. Rhonda Lane, you have a point. Nobody listens to Irfaan Ali. Lies and lies. So be careful with those lies tonight. They're going to come to you like crocodile with tears in their eyes, pretending as though they like you, pretending as though they are actually on your side, when in fact they're not. So let's go back to Dr. Adams. Dr. Adams, continue, please, sir.
No. So it's sheer incompetence, and all they're doing, they're filling their friends and families' pockets. We see what's coming out in the news here in the last few days with the minister and how she has become just rich.
All of them. That's old news. Yes, it was months ago, but it seems to have surfaced back again.
It's a culture.
All of them.
Culture of the PPP.
All of them are like that. Not one of them. All of them. And we have been pointing that out right here. All of those same issues right here. So it's nothing new. All of them are like that.
We're starting from the top. starting from look Orphan Alley with look at Barajagio and Pradoville,
All of
look
them. You should see some senior police officers as well, where they live and they're invest. All of them. If I had my way, anyways. Happy New Year to you and your family. Give my regards to my friends them over in the trailer as well. Right? My good friends in the trailer. Doc, on a serious note, I know you're a Lindoner. Murders in Linden, law and order. What's going on, please?
Well, I tell you, it's a sad situation. But again, Mark, you see, a country, the behavior of its citizens is a reflection of the government. Okay, let's look at the crime record since they took over again. I'm not making excuse for crimes that are committed, but a lot of times it's a reflection of the government. And if we've got people at the top, poor criminals, how do you expect them to implement good practices to get rid of crime? And that's what we have. People do not respect the forces, that is the police and the other forces that are supposed to be the guardians of safety and security. That's what's going on. But it's really disturbing, especially you and I from Linden, to see that these two murders. But then again, it's not only happening in Linden, Mark. I know, it is close to near and dear to our heart, but it's happening all over the country. It's happening all over the country. So it is a reflection of the government.
It's a criminal government. They deal with money laundering, gold smuggling, fuel smuggling, thieving the people's money. They're enriching themselves. All of them are like that. And so, and sometimes when they fall out, I say, let them fight, Mati. Let them fight, because they do not care about the ordinary citizens. Doc, leave the people with some hope as we prepare for 2025, at least in this 2026, in this part of the world.
Yes, well, but there is definitely hope, because the thing is, we've got the resources for every single member, every single Guyanese to be rich. And this is no exaggeration. Guyana has, we have the richest country, GDP per capita, and all of these good, nice metrics that they measure by, but 58% of the people are still in poverty. So the people themselves, and this has nothing to do with Black and East Indians, because the East Indians and the Blacks, the poor, they're still poor from every one of the communities, 58 to make up that 58%. And they ought to be, I would just say here, there is hope, but you have got to do your part to hold this government accountable. It's time for us to stop sitting back and be quiet when your own resources are getting plundered and stolen from you. Your resources does not belong to the government. It belongs to every single citizen. And you deserve to live the rich life that everybody believes that you live. 58% of us Guyanese are living in dire poverty. And so, you need to pay attention to what's going on and hold the government accountable, not just turn a blind eye. But there's hope, because as long as these resources are there, there's hope. But all the people in Guyana, they have got to play their part in holding this government accountable. You do not work for this government. The government works for you. But you have got to let them understand that. When you don't believe that they've got this almighty power, and you've got to be beholden to them, that's what's causing all of the corruption and the wrongdoings that are being perpetrated against you. Don't let so you need to change the mindset for the coming year, but there's still lots of hope.
Thank you so much, Dr. Vincent Adams. We'll talk a little more about the oil resources, the oil wealth, and how the PPP is thieving it. Thank you so much, Doc. Again,
Yeah.
prosperous 2026 to you and your family. And again, also give my regards to the neighbors up the block in the trailer.
It's definitely and a happy new year to all your wonderful listeners. As we look forward to wishing everybody the best of health and happiness for 2026.
Thanks again. Don't forget, give my regards to the people up the block here.
No, definitely.
Thank you.
That might be too many here now, Mark.
Thank you so much, Doc. Appreciate it. Little inside joke with myself and Dr. Adams about the trailer, so forth. The trailer. Yep. Trailer. Yep. All right. Somebody mentioned earlier about Air Finale giving away a couple of house lots, right? And which is so true. And these guys they believe that it's a big favor they're doing people. You give folks a couple of house lots. You give them a couple of house lots, and they feel that it's a big favor, a big time favor. Here it is, house lots, right? You give them a couple of house lots, and that's it. It's a big favor, and that's what these guys. That is what they think. If you take a listen, we'll try to get that to you. Take a listen as to what's going on, and the corruption is and the racism. It's just blatant. It's right there for you guys to see.
15 families. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. I know how much this means to all of you. Thank 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 you. No, thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. I know how emotional this day is for you. Many of you, your parents, many of you, family member left without having this joy that you will have today of owning this land.
Can you imagine? This guy, Air Finale, was the Minister of Housing. And they gave those folks not a single one. Not a single one. Bear G1, Babita, Kausila, and Prakesh and Prakash and Dilip and so forth. Not a single one that looks like Claudine. Not a single one that looks like James Bond. Not a single one that looks like Jeremy and Figueroa. Not a single one that looks like them. Everybody else. That is how dumb and racist the PPP regime is.
So will preside over the distribution of titles to 15 families who are here, but we have 25 titles ready. Today, I am pleased to tell you that 25 families on this Old Year's Day will receive their titles for your land. Today, 15 of you, 15 families. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. I know how much this means to all of you. Thank 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 you.
Oh man. Oh. They couldn't just find at least a couple of them. A couple that looks like Claudine. They look like Selwyn Peters. They look like James Bond. They look like Jermaine Figueroa. Nothing. And yet, Irfan Ali is going to go somewhere to announce tonight about what the so-called good things that these vagabonds, that he and his vagabonds within the cabinet are doing for Guyana. Corruption. So not just one minister get house here and house there, or two ministers. Well, we have been pointing those things out to you now, not now, all the time. But there are more ministers. They own this, they own that. Some of them own properties all in Queens, in Florida. They own condos in Canada. Some of them have expanded to England. Some of them gone till to China and all over. That is what is happening in Guyana. Lots and lots of things. Racist criminal vagabonds in the corrupt PPP regime. Y'all do not listen to the crap that Irfan Ali has to say tonight. He's going to come there pretending as though, oh, good night, my fellow Guyanese, and good night, a bunch of pacus they are. Look at the, one set of people: Prakash, Umash, Kausila, Babita, Prabhulal. I don't know, man. I don't know. Prabhulal, Ganesh, Mukesh, Dilip, Prakash, G1, Babta, Kausila, Baby, Data, Dalo, Swarsati, Sunita, Babta, Gurwagal, Surwa, Sokram. That's all that's happening. But when you talk, they're vexed. But watch what they're going to do. They're going to rush out by tomorrow and grab up a couple of them that look like, the hard face one, like James Bond and them hard face, right? They're going to do that by tomorrow, and then they're going to try to say Ben Sharp is racist, Ben Sharp is this, Ben Sharp is that, or this body, that, this body, this. Everybody wrong except those pacus. Everybody wrong except them. And then now he's saying that if the people that they just gave a couple of land house lots to, while they give away thousands of acres of land to their friends and their cronies, they have a history of doing that, right? They give away thousands of house lots and acres of land to their friends and cronies. And the only time you hear about these things is when the friends and cronies fall out, right? Then they start abuse each other about who get this, who get that, who build this, who build that. But we knew those things all along. I've been a stupid. I've been a dotish. They knew all of what was going on because all the years they've been giving away lands and all the deals to their friends and their cronies. And when they fall out, oh, my mama, some about out persecution. Oh, God, persecution, personal battle. It's been going on for a while. And the ordinary ranking people get nothing other than basket for fetch water. They don't even get cash grant any longer. But here, I want you guys to hear me out on this here, right? Irfan Ali was Minister of Housing. He make sure he get land. He make sure Nani get land, Nana get land, Pua get land, Chacha get land, Chachi get land, Mami get land, Mamu get land, Didi get land, David get land. All of them get land. And are you the ordinary people? Are you whole land? If you know what I mean. I ain't get nothing. But suddenly, they're rounding up people because they shame all the prime lands. They bulldoze the people at Moko. Dash the people at Moko, them and their friends and their cronies, because they wanted those lands, the prime lands, because once highway build there, they go build supermarket, they go build house, they go build all sorts of things. So them and their friends ran to grab land. And because some of them fall out now, you're hearing who tea plan, who this, who that, who this, who that. So you could do the who this, who that dance, right? Who this, who that, who tea this, who this, who tea that, you tea that, you not get this, you not get that, you not been rich, you used to beg me, you used to beg me for a little mahambog, you used to beg me for a little parsad, you used to beg me for a little bara, little chana, a little puri, little sweet rice, little gourma, little mango sour. You beg me for this. You not been get this, but you beg me. You not had no bokta. You bokta been tight. You bokta been slack. That's the sort of politics we've been reduced to in Guyana. And some of y'all think that there's good politics. Good politics. Them a cosmati who bokta tight, who bokta slack, who give a mambog, who give a parsad, who give a jira. Every day. That is what you guys are subjected to. And y'all, are you call that good politics? Are you call that good fight? I don't know. Michelle Boyer, is that you? No, Michelle, that can't be you. Stop. Wow, that's fiery, Michelle Boyer. Right? But sometimes you can't tell the people watch your language. The people got a right to express yourself. And Michelle, you got me there, girl. You got me there. Right? At the end of the day, y'all have to be careful. The corrupt PVP regime they get nothing for Ayo. And you will hear the lies that Irfan Ali gonna come up with. The lies and lies and lies and lies and lies. They were in office for all those years. They ignored the ordinary people. They didn't give land. They didn't give nothing. All they gave was frustration and frustration and frustration and frustration. They give people goody. How you think? Sorry about that. I should be more dignified, right? I should not be behaving like that. So I take that back. I take that back, completely back. But that is what they gave people in the country. The only time the likes like critics and them could actually, the likes of critic and them could actually cut it was under the coalition government. That's what they, look, man, I don't know what else to say to you guys, but I've got to go, man. I've got to go. Y'all got to watch out for better politics for 2026. Not this tit-for-tat dotishness. That is not politics. The tit-for-tat dotishness is not politics. It's personal war. Showing up on a scene and grabbing a picture is... Y'all wake up in 2026. This is all I got to say. Y'all wake up. But you know, I want to wish all of y'all family, everybody. I want to wish you guys all the best. Every single thing that you guys wish for. Everything that is good. Local government elections coming up. It's around the corner. What are you doing? Local government elections is around the corner. We're trying to get on to who? Wayne Caesar. See what Wayne Caesar up to. But Wayne is not answering his phone. So we got, oh yeah, he finally answered his phone. Wayne, quickly, sir. Yeah, quickly, very quickly, your New Year's message 2026 with the people in Keeping Hope Alive.
In Keeping Hope Alive for the Guyanese people, yes. Listen, there's a lot to be hopeful for in 2026. 2025 was quite a challenge. We want to put that behind us, but listen, we have learned quite a bit, okay, that will prepare us as a people, as an opposition, a complete opposition for 2026. Look, we know that the wealth and the resources of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana is being mismanaged, all right? And like I would have said on my last program, that I believe that the opposition will challenge this PPP government and hold this PPP government accountable in 2026. So there's a lot for the Guyanese people to be hopeful for, all right? And I myself I myself is hoping that, what I'm speaking of tonight really comes to fruition. Look, we have 58% of Guyanese living below the poverty line. We have 32 going on 33% of Guyanese living in extreme poverty. The PPP has already sit in government for 5, and this is what's going to be their 6th year here, with the fastest growing economy at, their behest. And they would have failed miserably. Look, I was just watching at this interview that the installed president had with a few female journalists and a few students. And he is now talking about the fact that there's a great chance that Venezuelan Russian oil is going to be hitting the markets in 2026, and what it's going to mean for the Guyana's economy, when we have been talking about this for so long now. That once those oil hit the market, it changes everything. Price is going to go down, less revenue for Guyana, all right, less disposable revenue for the budget, amongst other things. So the Guyanese people, look, like we have said, Mark, earlier, right, that voting has consequences, right? And once these things really come to fruition, where the oil from these other nations are hitting the market, because our economy is so dependent upon the oil resource. When we talk about the fastest growing economy, most of what we're talking about is coming from oil, Mr. Bencha.
Thank you.
So,
oil indeed, but they're thieving the money. Thank you for that sort of brief message, Mr. Caesar. We appreciate it. Happy 2026, a prosperous 2026 to you and your family. Give our regards to them, Gavin as well, and Silas and everybody. Give our regards. Wayne, thank you so much. Appreciate your time, and thank you for all that you've done for in 2025 in terms of keeping hope alive for the people and exposing the corrupt PPP regime. We expect to do the same and continue even in a bigger way right here on 107.1 FM. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Mark. Good night, all.
Yeah, Wayne Caesar there for you guys, and we're looking at what is said to be the cash grant. The cash grant is dead. Let's go to the guy who makes things happen for the 12 out there in Guyana, the 12 MP, Dr. Terrence Campbell. He'll be our last for tonight, for the final for 2025. Dr. Campbell, good night, and welcome to 107.1 FM. We just want to have some sort of message of hope for the Guyanese people from you.
Good night to you, Mark, and good night to you, to all of your listening audience. You caught me by surprise, but I want to wish everyone a happy new year. We've faced a lot of challenges in 2025, but tonight I am optimistic. I am hopeful, especially as a member of the PNCR and its coalition partners in the APNU, that 2026 will be a much better year for us. We have done a lot of work. Up to yesterday, Mark, you would have seen a team in Black Bush Polder highlighting flooding issues, discrimination issues, incompetence issues. And we will continue to do this, and we will continue in 2026 to bring work as far as we can with the resources at our disposal to bring relief and hope to the people of Guyana, the citizens of Guyana, not only the supporters of the APNU, but all of the people of Guyana. And so I am marching into 2026 quite excited about the challenges ahead, knowing that we have laid the foundation, and we're going to continue that building process. You should look forward to good things from us. I want to thank you, Mark. You've been a thorn, but in being a thorn, you have coached me in particular, and I know other members of the parliamentary team. You have pushed us. You've given us advice. You have counseled us. You have been a sterling supporter to our efforts. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I want to wish you and your family a happy, healthy, and prosperous 2026.
Thank you so much, and many happy returns to you and your beautiful family as well, and even your colleagues there, MP as well, the members of Parliament. I wish you guys all the best and continue to hold the corrupt PPP regime accountable. In just about a few hours, Irfaan Ali will be speaking to the nation again. The hypocrisy. What are some of the things you expect him to lie about tonight again?
You know, I have to say that as a farewell gift in 2025, he has installed, and that's a word that has been tied to the PPP for so many years, is installed a Teaching Service Commission in violation of our Constitution. I did not think that he would go this far, but he has reminded us, even today, in the last day of 25, about who Irfaan Ali is and who the PPP, everyone in the PPP, who they are, that they will violate the Constitution, that they are incompetent, that they will continue with their corruption. But we are told in the Bible that weeping may endure for a night, but joy will come in the morning. The joy will come, Mark. This government does not intend to stop, and they've shown us that even in the eve of 2025, that they will trample over the Constitution. But we will hold them accountable. I expect him to continue to give Guyanese false promises. But by now, the people, especially with the cash grant promises and what he has done today, and the many other things that have taken place during the year, them, weaponizing the police against the opposition, using cash grant data for election year, and the list is endless. I expect a lot of false promises, but the Guyanese people at this point will not believe anything that comes out of the mouth of Irfaan Ali.
Thank you so much, Dr. Terence Campbell. Appreciate your time. It's impromptu, and I'm glad it shows that our MPs, APNU MPs, are always at just a phone call away. Thank you so much, Doc. Appreciate it.
One more, remember, Mark, we are the cleanest political force in this town. It's very, very important. The cleanest political force in this town.
All right. Thank you so much. Please don't forget to circle back. Appreciate it.
Thank you, my brother. Happy New Year to you and everyone in all Guyanese. Happy New Year to you guys.
Thank you so much. The cleanest political force here in the opposition. The cleanest. All right. Again, good night. Joy will come. And as soon as Dr. Terence Campbell said joy will come, there is Joy Phillips. Happy 2026 to all of you guys, and we will continue to expose right here on 107.1 FM. We will continue to expose the corrupt PPP regime, as Terence Campbell said. Dr. Campbell and Dr. Vincent Adams, and even Member of Parliament Sharma Solomon, the hypocrisy of this guy later tonight. The hypocrisy. He has nothing proper to say. The hypocrisy upon hypocrisy. Racism is rampant. We saw earlier with the house lots given out to just one ethnic group of people. And Irfaan Ali said that their grandparents and they will be happy that they are getting this now. What happy? Happy what? Happy about what? The PPP never gave them for 24 years, the PPP in office. They never gave the people house lot. For the 5 years from 2020 to 2025, they never gave the people house lot. Now they're, if you guys don't wake up, well, something is wrong, right? But hey, I've got to go. My name is Mark Bencham. 2026 is going to be beautiful year. It's going to be a prosperous year. Keep hope alive, guys. I'll be back. See you guys next year. 10:30. Don't forget they have Pastor Greenidge, Marcy Greenidge, and Dr. Apostle Aubrey Greenidge is going to be on. They will be on right here on 107.1 FM. All right. See you guys next year. Same place, same time. God bless all of you. And thank you over the year, the 2025. Thank you for your support. Thank you for sharing the link. Thank you for keeping us company. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your compliments. Thank you for your views out. Thank you for your cuss out. Thank you for those who say mark this, mark that, dirty mark, this mark, all sorts of things. Thank you all so much. It's been a year like this, right? Up and down kind of year. But 2026 will be a very, very smooth year. God bless you. And God continue to bless our country of birth and our adopted country, the United States of America. Mwah. See you guys. Tata.
I can't take it no more. I can't take it no more. Can't take it no more. Imagine 18 hours of blackout and you're telling people progress. Cost of living gone up 100%, yet you give public servant less. Mr. President, listen to the people. Search your soul and you will confess. I want you try surviving on the public base, then you're gonna know but stress. Cause I done fed up, you done fed up, he done fed up, she done fed up, we done fed up, the people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup, look how we go set up. The people fed up. They don't drive no fear with the citizen. They may want the people speak out. Freedom of speech done gone inside the gutter. Knock off when you open your mouth. Discrimination in entertainment. And you're talking about one Guyana. When the Ministry of Culture keep the big shows, one set of girls and banner. Cause I done fed up, you done fed up, he done fed up, she done fed up, we done fed up, the people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup, look how we will set up. The people fed up. Every picture you take and promise you make, everything you do is about clouds. Then you come into me for I shake your hand, there's nothing to smile about. Corruption inside every sector, but when it comes to them they send you. Try investigate efficiency, right? Go talk to Barrett and Sue, cause I done fed up.